Hey everybody, my name is Perry Kirk and I'm going to be your instructor for Intro to Art this fall, and I thought it might be a little more personal to send a video announcement, some things that we're going to be doing that look different than a normal semester, rather than just putting it all in an email. You'll see me do this throughout the semester, weekly and maybe sometimes more, just to keep up with you. Um, so a few things to talk about that are going to be different. We're going to be using what's called a dual modality system. And what that means is that you basically have the choice to take the class the way you want to take it. Um, you can do it face to face, or you can do it online, or some combination of that. It's really up to you. You will not be penalized in any way if you choose to do it remotely. Everything will be available. I'll make recordings similar to this. They'll go up every week to summarize what we did discuss in class, so you have a good idea of what was discussed there. There's a lot of recordings of content, what I would normally be doing in the lecturing. And if you do choose to come to class, then the way it'll work is the class will be broken up into two halves, basically. Um, So if your last name starts with A through L, then you would come on Tuesday. If your last name starts with M through Z, then you would come on Thursday, and I'll summarize all the content for the week in one class. But I do want to stress that we will be doing all the work that we would do in a normal semester. You will have weekly deadlines, and you are enrolled in my class. You're responsible for completing the work for that class. I'm very flexible. I will work with anybody, especially people who have, say, connectivity problems with the internet. But ultimately, you're the student, and it's your responsibility to complete the work. Making sure you have a reliable Wi-Fi source. If you do choose to do it remotely, I have a really good list of regional Wi-Fi sources that are public, things like libraries and churches and things where, so if you are having difficulties, you could go to one of these places and sit in the parking lot and get a strong Wi-Fi connection. I realize that would not be an ideal situation, but if need be, then I can provide you with that information. I realize money doesn't grow on trees. I'm trying to be very conscious of that with students. But if you are choosing to work remotely, then the ideal device to have for that, it would be a laptop. It will be very difficult for you to complete the work, particularly writing assignments. If you're trying to do that from a smartphone, it's going to be very, very difficult. And then a topic that's gotten a lot of debate lately is masks. Our President Kelly, sent out a mandate about 10 days ago saying that all faculty, staff, and students are required to wear masks when they're inside a building. You can take it off when you're outside, but if you're in my classroom, you are required to wear a mask. There is no debating that issue. The only exception would be if you have a genuine medical issue that would make it difficult for you to breathe, and you will need to provide documentation of that from your doctor. If you have a personal problem with wearing masks, then to speak bluntly, I would just suggest that you not come to class. You don't need to be here. You can take it remotely. And what else? Oh, and I've done a couple things differently in our learning management system, CourseDen, to try to create a better sense of community. I've created a discussion and a chat area where you can discuss class-related things or not, just to get to know each other. I encourage you to create study groups that will help you do better on the material. Get to know the other students in your class. You'll see these video recordings from me weekly, and I'm always happy to answer email. So feel free to email me with any questions. Please be sure to look at the information in the email about the textbook. It is required. We will be using it the first week. And if you are on campus, there are 2 copies available at the reserve desk in the library for 2 hours at a time. So You'll hear more from me soon, and I look forward to getting started.